EB3 is a very hot topic. A lot of people from all over the world, they come to America through EB3 visa because of two main reasons. Number one, America is in huge short of labor force, especially in unskilled categories, like people who work in grocery store, gas stations, meat processing plant, like agricultural field, the kind of job that doesn't require any special education and training. America needs a lot of people like them. That is number one reason. Number two, this is it's unskilled category, meaning you do not need any skill, you do not need any education, you do not need IELTS or TOEFL, you do not need technically anything. That's why if you can complete this process, you can come to America with a green card with your family. So that's why EB3 is a very lucrative visa application for many people all over the world, and that's why a lot of people are coming every year. So EB3 process has three steps. The first one is called PERM, the second one is called I-140, and the third one is called either I-485 or IVP, Immigration Visa Processing, depending on where you are coming from. If you are living in America, then you will go through I-485 process. It's called Adjustment of Status. If you are coming from a foreign country like India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, African countries or South American countries, then you'll go through IVP. You have to apply through your local embassy. The first one is called PERM, and PERM has four subcategories. The first one is called PWD, Prevailing Wage Determination, meaning the job you are coming for, we have to see what is the minimum wage the employer have to pay you for that specific location, for that specific job. Let's say the job is a McDonald's worker. It is located in rural West Virginia. So we have to apply to Department of Labor. By the way, there are a few other information I should tell you before I go to this step-by-step process. Number one is you cannot apply for EB3 by yourself. You must have an employer who is sponsoring your application, meaning who is applying for you. So you cannot apply by yourself. Your employer will apply for you. Number two, there's two different departments. In America, there's multiple departments. There's different departments that is involved with this process. One is Department of Labor, in short, it's called DOL, and Department of State is like a DOS. So the first two steps, PERM and I-140, must be done by your employer, and the third step you can do it yourself. So as we are telling that the very first step of PERM process is PWD, Prevailing Wage Determination. We have to apply to Department of Labor to see what is the minimum wage your employer must pay you for this job in this specific location. As I was going to tell you, let's say this is a McDonald's in a rural West Virginia. They are going to apply for you. So we have to submit this form to DOL to see what is the minimum wage. So let's say the minimum wage is $11.75, meaning your employer must pay you $11.75 per hour. So, what DOL see in this kind of a prevailing wage determination is that your employer must follow two rules. Number one, they cannot pay you less than an American citizen or permanent resident. The employer must pay you the same amount. If the employer was hiring a local person, local US citizen or permanent resident, the wage they were going to pay that employee, they must pay to you. Number two, your workplace environment must be standard to an American citizen, meaning they cannot force you to do extra work. They cannot force you to kind of work that a normal American citizen will not do, kind of things. So number two, wage, your employer must pay you the same or similar wage to American citizen. Number two, the workplace environment must be same or similar to American citizen. And these two things are determined in PWD application. Once the PWD is approved, usually it takes 3 to 4 months, but now sometimes it takes more than a year to just get the PWD. So once PWD is approved, we go to the second step, which is called advertisement. There are multiple requirements for different kind of job offerings. In general, there are 3 advertisement options that we must fulfill. Number one, we have to put advertisement in Sunday edition for 2 consecutive Sundays in the local newspaper of that business. So As I was telling, our example business is a McDonald's in a rural West Virginia. So we have to find a newspaper that has Sunday edition in rural West Virginia. We have to put that advertisement in 2 consecutive Sundays. Also, every state has their own workplace website. So West Virginia's workplace website, we have to put a advertisement for at least 30 days. Sometimes we do it 32 days, 35 days, just to be on the safe side. So we have to put advertisement in West Virginia's workplace website. It's kind of like a bulletin board. It's like an online bulletin board. Also, we have to post a advertisement in the actual business, meaning on the door of the of that McDonald's, or door of the bathroom of the McDonald's, put like an advertisement that they are hiring. So when this advertisement process is done, then they will get a lot of applications. If they find a local employee who is interested to get this job, then they cannot apply for you. Only if they do not find a qualified local employee, only then they can hire you and apply for you. Once they determine that you are the best candidate, they will hire you. After hiring is done, the last step of PARM application is LC application. LC means labor certification. This is the most important application for the entire EB3. So when your company is applying for you, be careful. Ask them to be careful about all the appropriate information. Make sure that your name is spelling, your date of birth, your personal information is mentioned properly in the LC application. Sometimes LC takes more than a year. So in total, the PARM application should take around 1 year, but sometimes it may take like 1.5 year kind of time, depending on situation. Once the LC is approved, then we go to the second step, I-140. I-140 is comparatively straight. It's just a one application for you. Most of the information will about you, the employee, and the employer, like the business. And the good thing is there's the premium processing. With the premium processing, you can get it approved within like 3 to 4 weeks. Without a premium processing, with the regular processing, sometimes it takes 4 to 6 months. Once your I-140 is approved, then you have to wait for your priority date to be present in the visa bulletin. Once your priority date is present in the visa bulletin, then you can either apply for I-485 or IPP, depending on where you are. Let's say you are coming from India, or let's say Mexico, or from Nepal. Then you have to apply to your local US embassy in your home country. However, if you are in America for any kind of valid visa, let's say in student visa or other thing, then you should apply for I-485, adjustment of status. I'm not going that detail into each step, because the purpose of this discussion is like a like information purpose only. Everything depends on the situation. Everything depends on the person's background. So that was our short discussion on EB3.